What we just witnessed this weekend didn't just shake up the NASCAR Cup Series. It might have completely changed the tone of this entire season. And the wild part, that's only half the story. Because while one driver just made history in a way we have literally never seen before, there's already tension building behind the scenes. And I'm talking real tension. The kind that can turn a rivalry into something much bigger. There are two major stories coming out of COTA right now. One happened on the track. The other might be brewing in the garage area. And trust me, both of them matter if you care about this championship battle. So before we break it all down, if you're a real NASCAR fan who lives for this stuff every single week, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report. We're a new channel pushing toward 5,000 subscribers. And if you love honest, passionate NASCAR talk from real fans, you're in the right place. Now let's talk about what just happened. Story number one, and this is the one that's going to be talked about for years. Tyler Reddick just did something no driver has ever done in the entire history of the NASCAR Cup Series at the Circuit of the Americas. He didn't just win. He survived. He executed. And he beat the one guy everybody thought was untouchable on a road course. Driving the number 45 Toyota for 23XI Racing, the team co-owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, Reddick opened the 2026 season with wins at Daytona, Atlanta, and now COTA, 3 straight to start the year. No one has ever done that. Not in the modern era. Not in the old-school era. Nobody. And 23XI became the first team to win the first 3 races of a season since Petty Enterprises did it back in 1963. Let that sink in. And the craziest part? He had to go through Shane van Gisbergen to do it. SVG started 13th and carved his way through the field like he always does on road courses. By the end of Stage 1, he had worked his way up to 3rd. He and Ross Chastain had short-pitted, giving up stage points for track position. Chastain actually won Stage 1, followed by Van Gisbergen, then Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, A.J. Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, Carson Hocevar, and Denny Hamlin. Ryan Blaney had shown serious long-run speed early, running down Chase Briscoe and taking control before strategy flipped everything upside down. Stage 2. That's when it started getting chaotic. Blaney regained the lead during pit cycles. Van Gisbergen restarted 15th with fresher tires. Connor Zilisch spun in Turn 1 after contact from Daniel Suarez. Noah Gragson spun between turns 6A and 6B. Josh Berry looped it mid-pack but kept going. Alex Bowman got hit with a pass-through penalty for an uncontrolled tire. Austin Dillon lost major time with a broken shifter. Up front, Reddick took control for the first time since starting from the pole. But with 3 laps to go in Stage 2, he pitted from the lead, trading the stage for race positioning. That allowed Ty Gibbs to win Stage 2, followed by Allmendinger, Suarez, Todd Gilliland, Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Blaney, Cole Custer, William Byron, and Van Gisbergen. Championship mindset. Sacrifice short-term points for the long game. Stage 3 is where it got intense. Reddick and Blaney were out front. Van Gisbergen slotted into 5th. Eric Jones spun in the back but recovered. Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell were beating and banging in a heated battle inside the top 10. Then disaster struck for Chase Briscoe. Something broke in the rear end with 32 laps to go. He was running top 5 and became the first car to head to the garage. Green flag stops started. Reddick pitted with 26 laps left. Blaney followed. Van Gisbergen came in a lap later, and then chaos. Ross Chastain, your Stage 1 winner, spun off track because of a loose wheel that actually came off. NASCAR threw a caution. He was held for 2 laps and penalties are coming next week. During that caution, some cars pitted, but Reddick, Blaney, Van Gisbergen, and Zilisch stayed out on older tires. That decision shaped the finish. Bowman climbed out of the car feeling ill, and Matt Snyder finished the race in the number 48 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. On the restart, Van Gisbergen passed Blaney for second. Zilisch spun again in turn 1, second time that day. Zane Smith got caught up and his day was basically done. Further back, Kyle Busch made contact with teammate Jesse Love, which sent Chris Buescher spinning at the exit of the final corner. Up front, it was exactly what we wanted. Reddick versus Van Gisbergen. Bell on fresh tires powered his way to third, but he never got to the front. SVG closed in. You could see him stalking. You could feel it. Everyone watching was thinking, here it comes. But he never got the run he needed. Reddick held steady, calm, smooth, no mistakes. And with 5 laps to go, SVG started to fade. Tire wear, maybe dirty air. Whatever it was, Reddick drove away. He crossed the line nearly 4 seconds ahead. Final top 5. Reddick, Van Gisbergen for Trackhouse Racing, Christopher Bell for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ty Gibbs for Joe Gibbs Racing, and Michael McDowell for Spire Motorsports. Rounding out the top 10, Larson, Elliott, Blaney, Allmendinger, and Hamlin. 95 laps, 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 52 seconds. 3 wins, 3 races. And beating SVG on a road course, the guy he's been trying to beat for a while, made it that much sweeter. Now that's where story number 2 comes in. Because apparently not everyone in the garage is just tipping their hat. According to reports from sources close to the paddock, Shane van Gisbergen allegedly made strong internal remarks questioning Reddick's performance. These weren't public comments. These were reportedly private conversations with team members and close associates. But they leaked. And what's being claimed? That Reddick's car might have an invisible aerodynamic advantage. That the cornering grip looks above normal standards. That the straight-line speed seems stronger than expected. That the tire wear appeared unusually low compared to the rest of the field. There were even references to subtle aerodynamic tweaks that are difficult to detect, possibly strategically positioned ballast to improve weight distribution, and superior stability on corner exit. Now, let me be clear. There is zero official confirmation of anything irregular. NASCAR has not announced an investigation. 2311 Racing has not released a statement. Nothing formal has happened. These were reportedly private remarks. But the mood in the garage? Insiders are saying it's tense. And think about it. 3 straight wins. A dominant performance at COTA, where many expected SVG to control the day, and a comfortable margin under pressure. When someone wins like that, people start looking. Is this frustration from a competitor who just got beat straight up? Or is there genuine concern brewing? As a fan, I'll say this. When you're making history, people are going to question you. Especially in the next-gen era where everything is supposed to be so tightly regulated. But unless NASCAR finds something, right now this is just talk. What it does do, though, it cranks this rivalry up to another level. Reddick versus Van Gisbergen is no longer just about road courses. It's about pride. It's about legitimacy. It's about dominance. And from a championship standpoint, Reddick is sitting on top of the standings looking unstoppable. 3 playoff tickets basically already punched. Massive momentum, confidence through the roof. If this stays clean, we could be watching one of the greatest season starts in modern NASCAR history. If it turns controversial, this could explode into the biggest technical storyline of the year. Either way, the early 2026 season just became must-watch every single week. And as fans, this is why we love it. The racing, the strategy, the drama, the rivalries. So what do you think? Is this just competitive frustration talking? Or is there something deeper here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if you love passionate NASCAR coverage like this, make sure you like the video and subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report. We're a new channel building a real community of hardcore fans, and we're pushing toward 5,000 subscribers. If you're the kind of fan who watches every lap, argues about strategy, and cares about this sport the way we do, you belong here. I'll see you in the next one.